The elite class of today's SUV insulates its drivers from the harsh realities of urban traffic and noise. But for some SUV owners, the rougher the ride, the greater the reward. On a recent excursion with some off-road aficionados, we found out that grown men still like to play in the mud.
Just been doing it since we were kids. When I was 12, I went on a safari in Africa, and I think that's when the bug bit. And then ever since then, we've been off-roading.
Although Daniel is out of Africa, his off-road weapon is his 1996 Mercedes Geländewagen 300 TD, which he has chosen over the rugged Land Rovers that are the dark continent's most used vehicle, and one he remembers vividly.
I was looking for something simpler, you know, less electronics, more geared towards off-roading, and that's when I found the one I have, which is that just enough luxury to keep me comfortable off-road, but not enough that it's going to prevent me from getting home.
Long before any of us made the distinction between different classes of SUVs, the Land Rover had earned an international reputation as a stalwart wilderness vehicle.
I think I've always wanted a Land Rover ever since I was a little kid. And at the time, Land Rovers weren't imported into the United States. There were some here that were gray market, but the ones I wanted were never here.
Despite its rough-hewn road manners, John Lee loves his '97 Defender.
The Defender is loud, it's noisy, it rattles, but it has the classic Land Rover line. And I grew up watching, various TV shows with Land Rovers on them, and I think that had an influence on me.
While researching Land Rovers, John met an off-road ambassador by the name of Ho Chung.
I met John over the internet because he was looking for information on discoveries. And I emailed him and said, we're going off-roading, you want to tag along and see what a Discovery can do?
The call of the wild proved so strong for John that he made a life-changing decision.
I used to be a bankruptcy attorney, and that job wasn't as rewarding to me as off-roading is. And so I tried to turn my hobby into my business with my partner, Ho Chung.
And John says, I'm quitting my day job, and let's do it.
We sell off-road accessories, upgrade parts, and we just try to make the off-roading experience a little bit more pleasurable.
He does all the work, I just have fun.
I'm Korean, and when you're Korean, it's the holy grail to be a doctor or a lawyer. And so my parents were very happy when I was a lawyer, and they weren't very happy when I decided to leave the law. But now that they see how happy I am in my daily life, they're happy too.
Joining John on the trail is Jock Marlowe, who was attracted to his 1985 Mercedes G500 by its unique style and its no-nonsense attitude.
I like off-roading. I've owned several off-road vehicles before, but the Mercedes is, in my opinion, probably the best setup straight from the factory truck you can buy. This particular truck I saw in the parking lot of a restaurant, and I liked it so much I left my business card on the window with a note saying, if you ever would like to sell, please give me a call. And sure enough, about a year later, the former owner called me up, said I'm ready to sell, and we made the deal. It's certainly not cushy. There's no carpet on the floor. It's all vinyl mats. Basically, it's meant to be hosed out after a day on the trail. Use them for what they are. Take them to the snow, take them to the beach, have some fun with it. My ultimate trip is to plan a trip down the Pan American Highway to Peru someday, but that's way down the road.
Ho Chung initially bought his Land Rover Discovery for its rugged good looks, but became a fanatic after his first off-road trip.
I didn't even care for the outdoor type. I just wanted to look cool in the city, and that was a perfect vehicle for that, in my thoughts. My wife thinks it's tacky because it's yellow and ugly. A lot of people think it's beyond cool because it's unique, a yellow monster thing. A couple months later, I bought a off-highway vehicle map, and I ventured myself, and I got lost a couple times. Made U-turns a couple times because I didn't know I could make it. And since then, I've been bitten by the bug. A lot of the excitement comes from the fact that you're away from the city, away from the office, away from all the everyday thing. And I really enjoy it now, more than just driving around. I wish I could do every weekend, especially introduce my kids to camping and outdoors life. You come out here, just enjoy the outdoors and do whatever you want with the vehicle capable. It's a little bit of the freedom that gets you going.
field of elite and luxury SUVs has become quite crowded. Marques previously known only for passenger or sports cars have introduced SUVs. In the battle to differentiate themselves, premium-priced and elite SUVs offer consumers all the comforts of luxury cars, with the added bonuses of extra cargo room, off-road performance, and towing capability. New niches continue to thrive. Some SUVs with luxury appointments can be quickly converted from leather-lined people movers to rugged sport truck. While some vehicles specialize in true off-road performance, others appeal to consumers' desire to be pampered. Most drivers are attracted to premium SUVs because their interiors are more luxurious and their size offers greater perceived safety for their families.